This is going the way of the dodo, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Jay, did you mean to start recording?
Yes. There might be, well, see, Kyle can't be here. I told him I would record it for him. He had to work today. They are so short-handed due to COVID that they're having to work Sundays. So,
Goodness.
and Chris is not feeling well today. So he said, he told me late last night, he might show up, he might not. So we have not seen him so far this morning. So we might as well get started with this year's annual meeting for St. Matthew's Episcopal Church. And we have an agenda, believe it or not. But before we begin, well, one thing I think Deb, you agreed, you offered to be the secretary for this meeting.
Yes, I did.
Thank you very much. That is greatly appreciated because I would do it, but my handwriting is unintelligible. It would be fun to figure out what I was trying to say. We will have a prayer and then we will approve of last year's minutes, which you have not had a chance to see. So I'm going to read to you. The Lord be with you.
And
And
also,
also with you.
Let us pray. Almighty and ever-living God, source of all wisdom and understanding, be present with those who take counsel for the renewal and mission of St. Matthew's. Teach us in all things to seek first your honor and glory. Guide us to perceive what is right and grant us both the courage to pursue it and the grace to accomplish it. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
All right, the minutes from last year's meeting. Taken by Anita Freer. Pardon me, I was just reading what was on the paper. The
Sure.
body of St. Matthew's gathered via Zoom for the annual meeting to reflect upon the past year of events and to plan for the future of the community. After a welcome by Susan Alford, Senior Warden, a short prayer by the Reverend Nancy Cook, and opening words by the Reverend Jay Bruno, Jay announced his appointment as vicar begins tomorrow, February 1st, 2021. Reports of the previous year's committee works were given, as well as the financial report and 2021 budget. Most reports were short due to the pandemic in 2020. Ellen moved, Selena seconded that all reports be accepted. Motion passed unanimously. All were emailed to the members. Delegates to the Diocesan Convention will be Selena Ellis and Anita Freer. The community of St. Matthew's is most appreciative to the retiring members, Susan Alford and Fanny Neely. The vestry has asked Selena Ellis and Ellen Gregan to submit their names for consideration. Motion Chuck Mesley, second by Deb Hanson, that all nominations cease, to accept the current nominees by acclamation. Motion passed unanimously. Jay will appoint the senior warden in February. Vestry will elect the junior warden, treasurer, and secretary at the February vestry meeting. The meeting adjourned at 9:50. Respectfully submitted, Anita Freer. Are there any questions? Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes of last year's annual meeting?
Why break tradition? I'll move that they be accepted.
I'll second.
Please
Second.
identify yourself. Please identify yourself for the
Dawn.
minute.
Ellen Gregan moved, made a motion, whatever.
Okay. Got it.
Chuck.
Dawn, seconds.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. All right. Well, let me point you to the reports that were emailed out and that may be in your spam, or you may have found them by now. For my full report, it is written there. And rather than read that to you, which would be sort of like reading War and Peace, I will give you a break from that and allow you to read it at your leisure if you haven't already. But I have a few comments. And that is, we faced continuing challenges in 2021 at St. Matthew's, like we had in 2020, but we were able to return to in-person worship. And I have to say that St. Matthew's both embraced worship on Zoom and then came back together in person like we'd never missed a beat. And it is humbling and a blessing to me. And I'm very thankful for the fact that in a time when many churches our size or bigger, the bigger ones especially, are suffering because of lack of attendance due to COVID, many of our churches are at 50% pre-COVID numbers. Yet St. Matthew's, we just keep moving along. We're like the little engine that could, and we're climbing that hill, and we're doing a great job. And I have to thank everyone, because it takes all of us together to make this happen. And like I said, I'm humbled and blessed, and I think that you can only get better. We're going to have a great year this year. For the full scope of how I feel and what I felt like 2021 was like, I do recommend the full report. I will spare you that at this time. And I turn it over to Anita
No, baby.
for her report.
Turn nice.
Well, like
Yeah.
today, I am going to spare you and not read my report aloud to you. I think everybody here knows how to read. But I do want to just say thank you to everyone who has, for all that you do for St. Matthew's, and for especially, helping me and supporting me this year. This is my first time ever being senior warden. And I told Jay at the beginning of the year that I haven't been an Episcopalian all that long, so it was kind of scary for me, but everybody, was great and pitched in and helped me. And I always, I'm so proud to be able to say that I'm a member of St. Matthew's because of all that we accomplished in this small congregation. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I think we have a higher percentage of our members that are involved in helping with something than any other church that I know of. And I'm just really, really proud of that. I'm proud of everybody for all that you do. And I can't, the thank you is not even sufficient. So I will leave it at that and let you read my report.
Well, I will follow that, Anita. Thank you for those comments. I will follow that by saying, thank all of you for training your new vicar this year, because I've never been a vicar before. I'm still wet behind the ears as clergy. I haven't been a priest that long, but I've been an Episcopalian a lot longer. And but yeah, I thank you for your patience as I learn and grow into a new role in my life. And I'm not no spring chicken, but I'm learning new ways to do things. So
I just want to make a comment. If we didn't know, Jay and Anita, that you were new at this, if you hadn't told us, we would have never known. You guys are excellent. Excellent team.
thank you.
Amen.
Well, it takes all of us.
Nancy Cook,
Yes.
do you have any comments to make as to your report, or should we just read the report?
Just read the report, but I do have one quick comment. You know, I've been an Episcopalian all my life, and I've been involved in churches in many different locations in this country. And this is the first church, and please don't go out and make me a liar, that I have been to this, the number of years I've been here, and there's been no controversy. People get along with each other in this church. And I just say thank you. And it's in my prayers every night that we continue to work together as one unit, helping each other. And certainly I've been a recipient of your help, and supporting each other in what we do. I just am in awe of this. And I want to continue where we're going.
Thank you.
Sort of the old lady of the church right now. I got the Mesleys beaten.
Well, Anita, you already commented. I'm looking at the agenda. Chuck, I know we have your report, but did you have any further comments?
Yeah, the only thing I'd like to say is I want to thank John, Kelly, and Kyle for their help on what we've been doing, because I couldn't have gotten it all done being old and feeble like I am. But thank them all very much.
Thank you. Thank all of you.
You're not old and you're not feeble.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Selena, any
Yeah.
comments about the ECW for this year?
One thing I left out that I think is noteworthy is that we know how to come together when somebody needs us. And we had one of our members pass away, Butch Lott, and his wife, Debbie, has felt such love from us, which of course we have for her and had for Butch. We came together, Sarah and Joanne and I started out for Hot Springs. We got very lost, but we were able to arrive with lots of covered dishes from the three of us and from Susan and from Melinda. And she was so appreciative of this. I think that's one thing that ECW does, with the help from all of y'all. I guess we could say we organize it, but everybody contributes to reach out to people in need from our congregation. And she was just beside herself with thanks. I've been going here for 48 years, and this is the strongest that we've ever been. So thank y'all, everyone. It's funny that we can grow in a pandemic, isn't it?
Yeah. Susan, anything from the Altar Guild?
No, I think we're small in numbers, but Altar Guild has some rock stars.
Mm-hmm. I know. So when I walk in, I trust, I know everything's going to be taken care of. If I had to start looking for everything to set up, it might be, I may have to come set up with you sometime. Just so I know. Thank you so much.
I have to check behind because they always do their job.
What color is it supposed to be this week? Oh, no. Thank you for all y'all do. And a report from the Flower Guild.
The only addition I would have, and Chris and I kind of collaborated on that report. It's so lengthy. But with all these new people coming in, we really need some help because it's just the two of us. And although, we have a pretty good rhythm going, even if we had one or two more people, it would really lighten our load. So, and we're happy to train. I mean, we're not professionals, but we would be happy to train and offer confidence to anyone who would like to get involved.
Y'all are a hard act to follow.
Yes. Yes. And Deb, a report from the treasurer?
There's finally kind of good news from the treasurer, which doesn't happen very often, but we had more income last year than we expected to have. More, about 109% of what was pledged was actually given by pledgers. Plate offerings were much higher than we had anticipated. Because when we made the budget, we weren't sure when we were going to get back together or if we would get back together. And that was not meeting in person really kind of killed our plate income. But we had quite a bit of more money than expected. We also had expenses that were a little higher than expected, but we ended up spending $4 more than we collected for the year, which is, we've never been that close. So a deficit of $4 we can handle any year. So thank you for everyone who kept up your pledge, and some of the pledgers contributed even more. And those of you that contribute to the plate, we need all of you. So thank you very much. For next year, we have 23 pledges, which is more than we had last year. The pledge budget is a little higher than it was last year. Again, expenses, a lot of things have gone up in price. So our expenses we anticipate will be a little higher. We are looking at a deficit, but we had about a $9,000 deficit last year that turned up being $4. So hopefully we can have something like that happen again this year. So the last page is all the numbers for last year and for the budget for this year. And you can look through that. And if you have any questions, just ask me. But thanks to everybody for pitching in when we needed help last year.
Oh, thanks to you for keeping us on track.
So are there any questions and answers for any of the reports that we've heard or from the floor? Do we have a motion to accept the reports?
I'll make a motion, we accept the reports.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Was that Melinda who seconded?
Yes.
Okay,
All in favor?
got it.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. Every year at the annual meeting, we choose delegates or people volunteer to attend a diocesan convention. So we have two delegates.
No.
And Susan, I could not remember, do we normally appoint an alternate also?
I don't think we did last year. We have in the past, but it can go either way.
So what I'd like to do is we actually have one person who's volunteered already, even though he could not be here today. Kyle has said he would love to go to attend diocesan convention, and he is off that day, so he will be able to do it online. So we need one other person and an alternate. Do I see any volunteers from the floor? It'll be on a Saturday.
Come on, guys, you can do it from home. You don't even have that or go, Chris.
I was about to say, what day is it? But I would
It's
love
a
to
Saturday.
help. I can totally
But
do
what
that.
date?
The date, and let me tell you exactly the date it is going to be. We are talking about, it is Saturday, February 19th on Zoom. And
We got our candidate. There he is, Chris.
Wonderful.
I can totally do that.
Now we need an alternate also. Who would
He'll
like
come
to
on.
be an
Come on.
alternate? I imagine it will probably not last longer than 1
hour.
o'clock at
Yeah.
the latest. Last year we finished by lunch
Yeah.
virtually. So
And it's interesting. It really is.
and it will be streamed on the diocese's YouTube channel for those who don't log in as a delegate or alternate. You could watch it it'll be probably the most exciting watch you'd see this year. So,
I will do it if no one else wants to.
Yeah, just.
Well,
and we just
Saturdays are
need a
hard for
backup
me
in
with
case.
my mom, so that's why I'm not
on
volunteering.
Saturdays,
Is
yeah.
you know,
You don't have to. That's
And
good,
we'll be
Fanny.
in Texas.
So Fanny, you will be alternate in the case, and no one else is sticking their hand up in case that someone can't make it or gets sick or whatever might happen. So
Yeah.
all right, thank you. I don't think we have to vote on that. I believe
No.
that's a good thing. Well, we could talk for a long time about the 3 retiring vestry members, Dawn and Chuck and Anita, who have worked tirelessly in the church, some for many years, and everything is so appreciated. Not just the work on the vestry, but the work you've done at St. Matthew's. And thank you very much. We will miss your smiling faces at vestry meetings on Zoom, which is sort of a new thing for the vestry, right? It makes it easier to attend, and for some in many ways, it's just, it's been a blessing.
Yes, yes. No fighting, no arguing, no nothing. It's amazing. Everybody gets along.
That's right. And so having those 3 vacancies, we have actually got 3 nominees from the nomination committee, Chris Yarberry, Melinda Hood, and Deb Hanson. But it wouldn't be right if I didn't open the floor for nominations from the floor for vestry. Would anyone like to nominate someone else to be in the election?
I make a motion, we accept the slate of nominees as presented.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So
Welcome,
moved.
new vestry.
So do we move that we accept these nominees by acclamation
Yes.
for vestry for 2000, beginning this year, to join the vestry?
Yes.
Is that a motion, Nancy?
Yes.
Do we hear a
Ellen
second?
seconds.
Ellen seconds.
Ellen seconds.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? What? There's 3 hands up? No, I'm just kidding. So moved. Welcome to the vestry. And it's been, I think it will be a good year. Actually, those are 3-year terms, right? So it'll be an exciting 3 years. And I'm just lucky to have so many great people to plan together where what comes in the future and work on everything. I will have to tell you, having been on many vestries in the past, I have, and every priest colors the vestry in many ways or not. I have been on vestries where the priest came in, and some of you probably have too, where the priest would say, and here's what we're going to do. And you would say, okay. Or I've been on some that were more democratic, and I always liked those. So I strive to be that way, where we all decide together, working together for the common good of the church and the community. So just letting you know kind of where I come from.
And it's
And,
work.
you know, I work close with a senior warden every year. Talk all the time. I wish I could count the times Susan and I talked, and Anita and I, in the last couple of years. It's been a lot. I save every email, y'all. I'm a hoarder. So I have every email I ever got, and texts and all that. I mean, but it's all wonderful because I can go back and reference that stuff. But so I would like to announce the senior warden for the next year. And it's fitting that he not be here this morning. I'm just kidding. I only decided to do it just now, but that's a joke. It's Chris Ellis will be senior warden for 2022.
He's experienced as a senior warden, so he'll be wonderful.
He didn't hesitate when we talked about it, and I'm excited to work with him and all of us together as we move forward.
Well, we want to thank you for being a great leader.
Yes.
Yes. You're too
Absolutely.
kind. Thank you very much. I try. It's like I said, y'all are training me, so I'm learning. And but it's having been in the church all my life and participating at all kinds of levels. This, I have to say, I feel like this is, I made it home after a lot of years. So, and St. Matthew's is home. So, and loving it. So that is everything that is on the agenda, unless someone else has something to bring up or discuss.
I have nothing to quote, bring up per se, but a thank you. You know, I sort of, from our days of sitting across from each other, Jay, in my last year of seminary and in your first year, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, go wake.
Oops.
It is such a pleasure to be working with you. It's just, I cannot explain. And I've worked with so many priests, but it may not just be because we were partners in crime in school, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Glad we're all together, and thank you, Nancy. We all used to crack, we laughed a lot of those meetings through, those long weekends of study. It was pretty, we had to make it fun. You know, when you were looking at a group of people across a conference table for, 30 hours on weekends. It was, and then taking very difficult tests, I might add, which were, it just made us better.
Yeah.
Made us better. So.
I have a request.
Yes.
I just don't know how we're getting away with paying you part-time, because you seem like a full-time, so I just hope you don't wear yourself out.
Well, believe me, there are times and days of the week when I don't do very much at all. So I try to protect myself. And I'll be honest with you, I have a priest mentor, I have a spiritual director, I have yet another clergy person I talk to all the time. And all of them warned me, don't let your job be half pay full time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something we work on, not every church can afford a full-time person, right. But there are instances where, like an emergency, like when someone's in the hospital or is dying, and that doesn't apply to half-time. Half-time does not have anything to do with that. That's what you do as clergy. And so I try to take care, So far, I think I've had one appointment made with me on Calendly in a year. And, but you know, that link works. We can have it sets up meetings. I have times on Wednesdays, and I even give Sunday afternoons after lunch to do it too. So I try to provide times when y'all need me. So, but thank you, Dawn. It is challenging because I do
Thank
find
you.
myself some weeks get real busy. But then there are times that I can binge watch some programs and do all those fun things. You know, most recently.
Well, we really appreciate you. We
Well,
really
thank
appreciate
you. I appreciate and am blessed and thrilled to be part of this community. So, well, with no further ado, I believe we can adjourn the annual meeting, only to rejoin one another, hopefully, some of us at 11.
At 11. We'll be back.
Welcome to our new vestry members, and
Yes.
thank you to our departing vestry members.
We will be emailing you the time for the first, well, while we're here, we have been meeting on the 4th Wednesday of the month, correct?
Yes.
If that doesn't work for you, let us know. We can talk. But if that works, that's great, because that's what's been
6
working
o'clock.
for us. 6 o'clock. On the 4th Wednesday. Super.
And thank you also, Nancy, for all you do for the church.
Amen.
My pleasure.
And Nancy went to the food bank and we've got a new supply of food. If anybody happens to get by the church and put some out.
It
Mark and I
disappeared.
filled it up yesterday, and there's only 3 meats left, the bologna left in the freezer.
Wow.
Great.
It goes out fast.
Fast.
Yes, it does. Ted and I were down there 2 days in a row because we had something else to drop off, and it had been emptied from the day before. I mean, like emptied, except for some paperwork or something that somebody did.
Wow.
Wow.
And that
While
was
it's
from Monday to Tuesday.
while it's cold, people have been putting out the refrigerated stuff too.
Yeah.
I
Because-
remember that. Yeah.
Because like you said, it doesn't stay there very long. So especially if it's frozen, it will keep for a while.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna have another perishable giveaway.
Not at
No.
this time. We
Okay.
decided to put out the frozen. Well, we talked about it. So, but no, so
But
we're doing.
what we do need to do is we do start after getting our budget for James's pantry back up again, because this has been costing our pantry budget $300-400 every pop when we go down to the food bank. And we've got to keep the money coming in so that we can supplement and at least hopefully get through the winter and through this pandemic business, so that by that time people should be back on their feet a bit, so we can take some pressure off. But so anybody who wants to donate to the James's cabinet is more than welcome to do so.
Either with groceries or.
Yeah.
uh,
But if you don't feel like getting groceries, 10, 20, $30 will help towards that amount of money that I happily spend for you.
So the stuff that was in the refrigerator is slowly being put out like
Yes.
that. And- Okay.
While
I
it's cold.
I
thought-
will say, in this community, there is a greater need than some of us might realize.
There is.
Just working, at school and so sending snack bags home with students, sometimes daily.
Yeah.
There is a huge hungry need in this
Yeah.
community.
There is.
And
And we
listening to their
apply-
stories.
we went twice to the food bank this month. So that's, $600-700 spent in 1 month.
I don't think, by the way, there's any frozen food really left.
Well, but I
Just
have, Kroger
Three
had,
bolognas last night.
yeah, Kroger had butter on for 97 cents a pound. And so I bought 5 of them. So I'll just take it down there and put it in the freezer and y'all can put it out.
Okay.
Good.
Good deal. Did we get all the eggs put out?
The only thing I saw yesterday in the refrigerator was a couple of yogurts. I didn't touch them. And then there was 1 package of open butter. I didn't know if it was ours or not, so I left it. But that's it in the refrigerator. There's nothing left. And I
Wow.
just left 3 bolognas in the freezer.
Yeah. Well, my butter is frozen, so I'll just stick it in the freezer.
Good deal. That's such a wonderful ministry, y'all.
Mm.
And so many people are fed by it. And we can't feed everyone, but we can try. We can feed what we can do, what we can do. So, and
And I'm sorry that pledge on Thursday went out with such a late notice because of the weather. I was in the back of David's truck and we decided we didn't want to go overnight till Saturday to have it unloaded because I was afraid stuff would freeze.
Right.
Able to help?
And so, pardon me?
Were the Vortex able to help unload?
Yes, the Vortex helped unload.
Vortex, yeah.
I had a wonderful conversation with Lisa, so it was very, very, very worthwhile. But if somebody could email me their address, I would really appreciate it. I don't have it in my address book, so I'd like to. Okay, I'd like to send them a thank you note for helping out.
And
So-
for everybody's information, I've got Bill from the real estate company coming Monday to look at the house, and it should be ready to go. I got a few minor things I want to do, but it should be ready to go. It's got a new oven, new stove, new motor on the exhaust fan, and it seems pretty much there.
Well, thanks to
Thank
you,
you.
Chuck. Oh, all the work you've done on that house. Whew.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you, Chuck.
Yes. Should be a palace to
And
rent.
Kelly also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are blessed with having Kelly being part of our
Yeah.
membership.
Yeah.
the house I got to go through, I'd never been in it. So Chuck gave me the tour the other day and I got this. I'm sure it looks a lot better now, Chuck. So
It does.
So, and about ready to rent, so we can get it rented again, which is what a lot of people do with vicarages and rectories these days, is they rent them out. The churches find them to be a good income source. And that's good.
When did the renters vacate?
The end of December,
So
maybe a little before that, right, Chuck?
When did they?
Did they leave a little before the end of December?
Well, yeah, they were out of the house pretty much most of December. But we didn't get keys to get in till after January 1st.
So that was a good turnaround time.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Got somebody at my door.
the real estate person says that it'll get rent, that it's a pretty hot rental market. Because so we should get it rented pretty fast.
Mhm.
And we're gonna
And
try to go up.
Probably for more money.
Yes.
Right.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Are there any other comments or can I will
Take a pause.
take a pause. We will close the room up and I'll reopen it at 11:15.
Okay.
Take
All right.
care. Thank
All
you,
right.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.